Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. This is your first time joining me. Thank you for finding me. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. So right now I'm going to be doing an energy update for the collective whole. If I could shuffle the cards. There is a divide that was created. Hold on. There was a divide that was created some time back. That divide has definitely increased. It's definitely being filled with a lot of disharmonic things. And now I was asked to do a reading for everyone. So, yeah. Ooh. Can't say I'm surprised. I cannot say I'm surprised. These are the cards coming out. So, it actually makes me want to take a nap. Thinking about the world and people's differing views and how other people have a tendency to react to differing views, it just makes me sleepy. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. I've now kind of just used it as a way to entertain myself. I can't take none of it seriously. It's showing up in the cards, you guys. It's definitely showing up in the cards. It's something that I don't know if it's going to be addressed. I just honestly feel like this is something that has existed and it's being amplified at this point. I feel like it's always existed, and it's definitely something that's being used to further divide everybody. So, yeah, I could see that. So just looking at the cards, yep, makes sense to me. All right, here goes, guys. Oh, I only do 3. Okay. Card number 42, the word wants to be written. There's communication that needs to take place. This communication can help transform and transmute what we're experiencing right now in the world. But this is going to be a very real reading, okay, guys? Very real. This is for the collective whole, not a specific individual or a specific group of individuals. The word wants to be written. There is something that our souls want to bring to fruition, a type of change that will benefit everybody. But too many people are focused on not actually communicating, but instead listening just enough to be able to formulate some form of platform to use as an attack. Okay, that's kind of what's going on. You see it all over social media. You see it all over everywhere, actually, all over everywhere. And that's what we're bringing to fruition. Arguing, division, comparison, people just taking a stance of, I'm right, I know everything. I know everything, I'm right, you're wrong, and I'm not even going to listen to anything you're saying. That's okay, as long as you guys are willing to continue existing in a world where we exist as a fractionated, very much oppressed on every level type of human race. So the next card, card number 5, cultivate love. It's time for us to cultivate love. And I'm not talking about the kind of love that will coddle toxic behaviors, toxic mentality. I'm talking about true love, where you're held accountable for your behaviors, for your decisions, where space can be held for people to help you understand on a deeper level. It's so common for human beings in general to have this type of behavior or mindset where as soon as you know even just a little bit about something, you believe you know the whole thing. And no one's going to convince you everyone else is wrong. You're the one that's right. That hasn't helped humanity thus far. It hasn't. It hasn't helped us as a human race up till now. ever since a patriarchy was established till now. It has not helped us in any way, shape, or form. And I want to be very clear. When I say a patriarchy, I'm not saying or implying that men or males are the problem. I'm saying the imbalance that allowed for the masculine to subject and oppress the feminine energies. And this is happening within us as well, not just in society, but within each of us. When we allow that to happen and then we bought into it so deeply that we're perpetuating it for pretty much every generation since, that's what's caused our oppression, our suffering, our subscription to bullshit. That's what caused it. Okay. So this is not about blaming one sex, one group, one region, none of that. This is about recognizing each of us has our own sovereign right and power to decide how we are going to live our lives. And you have to really, really be honest with yourself when you take a look at how you've chosen to live yours. Okay. And that's not me trying to be like, you ain't living right. This is me. 95% at 359, 95359. Ooh. So 9 is the number of that God essence. Okay. Creator, universe, chaos, cosmos. That's the number 9. 9, 5 being the number of change, leading to number 3, which is a solid foundation from which to 5 have higher levels of change, leading to higher levels of that God consciousness. 9, 5, 3, 5, 9. That's what that message is. So card number 2, Moon. So this ties into all these things that we have kept hidden within ourselves, that people have kept hidden away from you. This is about recognizing it's time for our authenticity to peek through. It's time for us to really show who we are with no shame and no guilt. Let's see, then really quick. All things must come to the soul from its roots, from where it's planted. This card is all about mystery, feeling, and hidden messages. It governs intuition and self-protection, represents what's felt instinctively and what is at the core of our emotions. It shows the intimate side of who we are. Allow yourself to shine. This card indicates fluctuations in your life. Now, these fluctuations, although some of us might feel like they're negative fluctuations, creating more struggle, more pain, but at the end of that struggle and that pain, you'll see you've actually ripened your inner under an understanding of yourself and your soul. So what's really wrong with that? I'll tell you what's wrong with that. We as people, we as individuals have been so conditioned to believe that if you feel any type of discomfort, any type of inconvenience, that is a negative, that is love, satisfaction, success being withheld from you, that the world is mean, that you deserve to not hurt, and all of these really skewed perceptions regarding pain. Pain is the greatest teacher you will ever have. It truly is. The suffering is optional. The pain is not. It's just not. Now, am I saying if someone intentionally hurts you and causes you pain, that it's okay? This has nothing to do with someone's malicious intent. This has everything to do with your personal process. When it comes to you expanding your consciousness, that's what we're talking about. This is not some sort of statement to justify, excuse away people's malicious intent. This is to help you rise above it, walk past it, okay? Whatever their intent is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're going to learn either way. You are going to learn something about yourself. You are going to understand yourself that much deeper. And because you're able to go that much deeper, due to the laws of reciprocal reflection, you will rise that much higher. However far you sink, you will rise in equal amount. So, the moon is a side we keep concealed. You may be having trouble controlling your emotions. All is not as it seems because something is being obscured. You may feel you've lost your direction or that you don't have all of the information to go forward. Someone's emotional clinginess may be an issue now. The moon is telling you to hang on. Hang on to what, though? Are you being asked to hang on to toxicity, or to hang on to your dignity, your sense of self-worth, self-love, self-acceptance, your sense of your spiritual aspects? What are you actually holding on to? What are you hanging on to? A veiled promise from someone who may or may not know how to tell the truth, how to be honest with themselves? I mean, I'm not making accusations. I'm asking you to ask yourself, what are you holding on to? If it's you holding on to your current way of being, has that current way of being afforded you the opportunity to rise and expand in consciousness? Or do you feel like you're stuck? If you're not satisfied with your life and you feel like you're stuck, why are you holding on to that? Is it a fear of the unknown, fear of what's going to take its place? You won't know. But if everything you've done thus far, your process thus far, has not brought you to a place of some sort of happiness, and it doesn't have to bring you to a place of riches, but a place of happiness, a sense of satisfaction with your life and who you are, then maybe it's time to consider allowing yourself to explore other aspects of you, to travel to other parts within your consciousness, okay? So, for that moon card, deception is possible. Things are cloudy right now. Someone from your past is about to re-enter your life. Whatever. I don't know who. So card number 15, big, bold vision. Everything that we as a people have envisioned for ourselves has not brought us to where we need to be as a tribe, as a human tribe, okay? This is not about just satisfying the needs of certain groups. This is not about catering to the fear, unreasonable, elevated fear that certain people are allowing themselves to be programmed with. This is about seeing a future so bright, so bountiful, so equally created, where everybody has a place. Everybody has equal importance. That's the big, bold vision. Thank you, Carlos. That is the big, bold vision, okay? We need to see beyond what we've been programmed to see, because it's not that far beyond what we normally see as societies that's being promised to us by our higher selves, by our soul. This is the very thing that those who are now being born came into this new life to bring to fruition. All we have to do is hold space. You're not being asked to save the world. Hell, you're not even being asked to save your city or your friends or your relatives. You're being asked to hold space within yourself. What does it mean to hold space? It means that although everything looks really bad right now, I'm going to allow a space within myself to hold on to this knowing everything's going to get better. It might get a little worse before that. It doesn't matter. I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on the end result, which is a place that is very beautiful. If not for me, then for my children. It's a place where everyone no longer participates in a program that pits us against each other, because that's what's happening. We are being pit against each other, okay? I'm not willing to participate in that anymore. How about you? Are you still willing to participate in that? Are you still willing to allow these, some would think like, ooh, look how royal. Look at all those gold bangle hoop thingies from her ears, and look at those gold necklaces. I don't know, to me, that's a gilded shackle, where your ears are weighed down by the bullshit that you're told by society, by the people who participate in the perpetuation of a dying matrix. Keep your gold. I don't need the earrings. I don't need the necklaces. I want to be free. I want to be free to hear things in their truth, not in the way people tell me to hear things. I'm tired of conversation that continues to shackle the truth. Conversations that involve guilt, involve all these games of like, oh, well, if you were a good person, then you would comply. If you obviously don't know anyone that's, this specific age or this group or, and it's not that I don't care. And I'm going to say this with no shame and no hesitation. It's that I finally understand the person I need to care about the most right now is me. It did not change humanity when I sacrificed myself day in and day out to appease other people's opinions and preferences. It didn't do anything for the world. What it did was help usher in a place where we're at right now. So right now, again, I'm going to say this with no hesitation, no shame, no fear, no guilt. It is okay and healthy for me as someone who consistently martyrs myself to think of myself first. And it's not an imbalance that I'm creating. It's true balance. What's healthy for me is for me. What's healthy for you is for you. I'm going to respect what you decide for yourself, so long as what you decide does not put shackles back onto me. The moment you attempt that, I will not comply. I will not listen. I will not back down. And you have to be okay with that, because you are not entering my space, taking over my sovereign kingdom with your bullshit lies and manipulations. Not going to work. Do that shit in your own space. No shame in you being selfish and greedy, but you're not going to try and convince me by projecting onto me your own fears, your own selfishness. I have my own needs. You guys have your own needs. Honor your needs. It's because we haven't been allowing ourselves to honor our needs. Needs is different from wants. It's different from wants, because oftentimes what you want, because of the way we've been programmed as members of society, what you want oftentimes is not in alignment with what your soul needs. You are more than just this life. You are more than just this body. So begin honoring what your soul needs, because this life is nothing more than an extension of multiple classrooms and workshops that your soul has been attending since it came into being. So are you going to allow this life to dictate to you how you're going to process all of the lives that came before this? Because really, this is the life. I am 100% convinced of this. This is the life where all of us are given the opportunity to level out all of that karmic debt, karmic load. Karma is not punishment. Karma is unfinished lessons. Karma is miasmic distortion. Miasma is nothing more than frozen light code. These are moments of circumstance from however many lives ago, even from this life. That lesson was paused. You weren't ready yet to be fully present for that lesson. So it was paused. That's all karma is. That's all it is. This is the life where all that karma, the heat from all of this passionate disagreement, it's melting all that miasmic distortion. We are now being gifted with the opportunity to choose to clear out all the distortions from previous lives. Something huge is happening in this time. It's not just changes within governments, changes within nations, changes within cities, households, friendships. This is huge. This is a turning point for all of creation. Everything is being balanced out because we are about to ascend to a higher level of existence, consciousness, as well as earthly existence, not just for Earth, but through all of creation. The way we have dealt with life, the way we have dealt with our soul lessons, life lessons, soul connections, it's not enough at this point. The amount of denial, the amount of distortions, the amount of just blindly trusting those outside of ourselves, that's not enough at this point. Now is a time for you to question. Now is a time for you to open yourself to hearing your soul speak to you, either directly to you or through other people or through videos, through songs, through what you witness in real life, what you witness on TV. Allow your soul to speak to you now. It's telling us all something. And if what you're hearing is scaring you because it's nothing but negativity, that's a beautiful opportunity you are being given. What opportunity is that? To find your courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is your decision to continue even being marinated in that fear. All around you is fear-based propaganda. That's what it is, propaganda. It's propaganda, okay? All this stuff that's being put out there to put you in a perpetual state of fear, it's propaganda. I don't trust it. I don't believe it. Not one bit. And it is good and healthy for me to always question. Question, 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 question. I don't care what your sources are. I don't care who you are to me. I'm going to question because that's what my soul needs me to do. So I can increase my level of learning in this life. And maybe it's time for you to do the same. Question. Question me. What the hell am I even talking about? What does this all even mean? Question. You're not going to get the answers to those questions from me. You're going to figure it out on your own. And even if what you figure out on your own does not align with what I'm saying, I absolutely respect that because that's what you need to do. Listen to yourself before you listen to anyone else, myself included. Myself included. So here goes. Card number 1, make peace with your past. All of us have had this burning thing in our belly that has been totally consuming our personal power, our sacral space, part of our heart. You know what this space is? The space that's missing within her? Sacral space is about your connections, intimate connections with other people. I'm not talking about sexual. I'm talking about intimate connections. The people who you trust the most, the people who you really allow in. It's eaten up your solar plexus. This is your personal power. You've allowed your personal power to be used against you. You're suddenly a bad person because you question? I'd say whoever gets upset with you for questioning, they're part of a system of control. Do you want to be controlled? Is that all you are? Something to be controlled? Something to be subjugated? Are you chattel? Are you just a commodity? Are you only valuable if you comply? I'd like to think you're more than just that. I'd like to think that just because you exist, you have intrinsic value. And that we don't have to agree, but we do have to respect each other. We do have to be open to hearing differing opinion, because that opens the door real wide for true conversation that allows for true growth. And that's what we need right now. Card number 36, 12th house, escape. We're all trying to escape the very things we're supposed to learn. That's funny. Funny in a non-funny way. All right. Card number 36, 12th house, escape. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. It's time to get on point. It's not a time to ignore or overlook what's there. Things may get fragmented. This is the most mesmerizing of all the houses, the 12th house. Mysticism, dreaming, drowning, vast seas, and surrendering are all themes that belong to this house of self-undoing. So this is a house of self-undoing. What have we allowed ourselves to become? What is it? What have we allowed ourselves to become? For those of us that are stateside in the United States, we're definitely not a free nation at this point. We're definitely not a free people, where you can't even decide for yourself what is medically appropriate for your personal circumstance. What have we allowed. Notice I say we, it's not a you. What have we given passive permission to? So this house indicates the type of passage or rebirth. The 12th house stands for the all. So let's see. The 12th house offers bliss, spiritual fulfillment, the meeting up with twin flames. It promises of losing yourself in some beautiful other, but it might be like trying to hold on to a cloud. This house of poetry and oceans is enchantment. It's where we lie to ourselves as well. So are you allowing yourself to lie to yourself because it's easier to continue living the lie that you've grown accustomed to than it is to find your truth buried underneath all these layers and levels of utter bullshit? Is it just, and it's okay if it's easier for you to live a lie. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to condemn you. But I will require you to reflect that openness that I'm showing you. You can be as closed off to growth as you want. I can respect that. And because I can respect that, you are going to have to respect my desire to be wide open. Beautiful balance in that way. Beautiful balance. So, ooh, this house also represents water and toxins, poisons, perfumes, candle, hidden chambers, secret desires, Christ consciousness, and martyrdom. I ain't going to be no martyr no more. If you need me to be a martyr, you're going to be sorely disappointed because I'm not going to have any apologies for it. I'm done with that phase of my life. If you're done with that phase of your life, beautiful. If you're not, I'll see you on the other side when you're ready to cross over with me. But I will not meet you back in a place of toxicity that I have already escaped. No way in hell I'm going back there with you. If you need my companionship, if you need my presence to comfort you, then you're going to have to grow yourself. Because it's impossible for me to undo my growing. And maybe you guys need to not be apologetic anymore about the fact that you've outgrown old cycles of toxicity. Because for too long, and it happens too frequently, we allow ourselves to be shamed and shunned for the fact that we've outgrown these cycles. That's fine, shun me. I don't want to participate in that bullshit anyways. I wasn't going to show up anyways. That's fine. Let's see. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. So the energy of this card is about solitude, charity, begging, hospitalization, secret enemies, exploitation, and visions. You can be a secret enemy all you want, but you're not going to convince me to join your war. I have better things to do, like build myself up and help myself remember the greatness that I'm made of, that I come from, and that I'm returning to. And it'd be beautiful if you could join me there. It'd be beautiful if you could remember for yourself, you are made of greatness, you come from greatness, and to greatness you are returning. Every single last one of us owns this truth. It doesn't matter what your spiritual practice is. It doesn't matter whether you're religious or not. It doesn't matter how much you make. It doesn't matter if you meditate or not. You own this truth. And whether you accept this truth for yourself or not doesn't make it any less true. It doesn't make it any less potent. And it doesn't make it any less attainable for you. It'll be there. When you're ready, pick it up. It's right there. It's right there. It's been delivered right to your door. And it's just waiting for you to open the door. You're not opening the door to someone else. You're opening the door for the return of your true self. That's a powerful place to find yourself. Being your true self. It's very hard to manipulate someone who has accepted who they are. Very, very hard to manipulate them. It's very hard to guilt them. It's very hard to force compliance when it comes to things that don't honor their soul. It takes the power away from principalities and returns it back into your hands. That's powerful. That's ridiculously powerful. Your fear disappears. And when it pops up, it's simply to bring your attention to something. It's not because you now have to fear for your life, for your existence, because something else is going to consume you. No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. So, card number 20, softly, softly, the tender touch. It's important for you to begin having conversation with yourself, to begin using softness when it comes to you. Far too often, we can show so much kindness, patience, compassion for anybody out there. But when it comes to us, whoo, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. Why are we programmed to function that way? Why is that? Find the answer to that question within yourself, and you will unlock the door to the cage that has kept your authentic self imprisoned. You are just as important as everyone else. You deserve just as much compassion and patience and kindness that you give to complete strangers who oftentimes are a total asshole to you. Why is that? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? When we're taught to be like Jesus, I guarantee Jesus wasn't putting up with bullshit. I guarantee you this. I promise you, if Jesus were alive right now, he would be doing what he did back then, which is saying, fuck this establishment. It's not for my people. I am here for my people, not to line the pockets of a select few. During his time, Jesus was a terrorist. That is the very grounds for which the people selected execution for him. He was a terrorist of his time. Why is that? Because he did not comply. He was told the people who he valued the most, the ones he ministered to, they were the outcasts. They were the ones that held no value. They were the pariahs. And what did he do? He said, fuck you, those are my people. I don't know Aramaic, but I'm pretty sure he said, fuck you. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure, because there's a story where he flipped fucking tables. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know what finger they used to flip the bird, but I'm pretty sure he used that. It was a healthy finger, because fuck that shit. We are not here existing to be subjugated. We do not exist to be used as some sort of bargaining chip with other nations. Fuck that shit. For real. Okay. Number 6, Epiphany. Reveal your gifts. And I guarantee you're very quick to be like, well, I don't know what my gifts are. I don't know what you are the gift. The truth of who you are, that's the most precious gift. Your truth is your most valuable gift, because the moment you hold your truth in your hands and you allow people to witness that, you give them the opportunity to recognize they have a truth within themselves, that they are powerful within themselves, and they've been fooling themselves into believing compliance is key. I don't think so. I don't think so. Compliance is not key. Questioning is key. Deciding for yourself is key. Asking questions and waiting for the answers is key. Compliance? I don't think so. Card number 17, Leo, I will. So maybe Leo needs to come and claw the shit out of people. I'm just saying. Getting kind of tired of the world being the way it is. Card number 17, Leo, I will. It's better to be overlooked than it's better to be looked over than overlooked. This card is about honor and strength. Let's see. Ooh. The sign of Leo reigns over children. Okay, here. When this card comes up, expect to be at the center of something and be recognized. It may be to do with awards, a public forum, or any place where people gather. Your talents are about to be singled out for the special recognition. Just be who you are. Just be who you are. There are people looking for you right now, and they've been looking for you for a very long time. And you won't know who these people are. They'll just suddenly find themselves a part of your life in some way, shape, or form, witnessing your process. And in witnessing your process, you are giving them the keys to unlock their own cage doors. Be who you are. Allow them to recognize. And sometimes when they recognize the greatness that you are, because all of us have greatness, sometimes that's going to trigger their cognitive dissonance and they will attack you. Don't take it personal, but don't take their bullshit either. Set boundaries and enforce them. Hey, it's okay for you to be afraid of me. It's okay for you to be intimidated by the fact that I stand in the light of my truth. That's okay. But fuck that if you think I'm gonna let you slap me. Not gonna happen. And if it does, you better prepare your fucking cheek too. We're gonna have matching slap marks. Because maybe it's time for you to understand reciprocity. Maybe. Or maybe we can just stop being apologetic for understanding our worth, having boundaries and enforcing it. Maybe we don't need to do the tit for tat. Maybe we could just be like, no, that's the answer. No, there's no explanation needed. There's no need for me to feel bad. There's no need for any of that. Just no. Nope. Oh, we already did this. Is that all the cards? Let me read the final cards. All right. Be careful with your money, no matter how much or how little you have of it. Be careful with it. If you're going to spend it on the things that you'll need later on. Be careful with your money. This doesn't feel right. All right. Let's see where this goes. So we got the chariot, movement of residence, journey, victory over situation or problem, balancing the opposite polarities. Whew. It's time to move away from the toxicity. It really is. It's time to move away from that. And what we have to probably recognize is the fact that if we allow toxicity to continue to exist within us, it's going to continue to be reflected outside of us. It's time to move away from it, okay? So, Two of Swords, it feels like there's a lot of conflict going on within each of us. It feels like this conflict is causing us to question who we are, to reject the actual truth. So treachery, false friends, lies, duplicity, misrepresentation. There's a lot of really sneaky sleight of hand going on right now, going on within government, going on within social media. And for some, this is going on within your friendships, okay, or relationships. It's for the ones who are choosing not to see what's actually going on. It's for the ones who are experiencing a dark night of the soul and not allowing their self to come forward. The moon represents the self, the parts of self that are hidden. Look how small that moon is. This is for the people who are allowing themselves to be diminished by others, diminished by your unfair, unreal expectations of yourself. Careful with that, okay? Okay. I just made a huge mess here. Lots of swords. King of Swords in reverse. A person who may pursue a matter to ruin, conflict, selfishness, sadism. A dangerous or wicked person, one who causes unnecessary disturbance and sadness. It'd be very easy for us to, 99, 36, 72, 434. What? Sorry. It's very easy for us to assume this is someone else. Oh, someone else is this. Someone else is the wicked person who is treacherous and causes unnecessary disturbance and sadness. Not for everyone, but for some, this is your energy. This is what you're doing to yourself. It's not someone else. You're doing this to yourself. Now, it's a very hard thing to hear this type of information. I totally understand that. But no, I am here to deliver truth as I hear it, not truth as I interpret it. Okay? So for any of those who are suddenly pissed off, like, oh, what the fuck she mean? She don't know me. You're right. I don't know you, so why are you pissed off? I don't even know who's watching right now. Why are you feeling as though I'm personally attacking you? Maybe that's because it's resonating. Okay? So now we have the Queen of Swords, quick-witted, intensely perceptive. A subtle person may signify a widow or woman of sadness, mourning, absence, loneliness, separation. There you go. There you go. There you go. Wanting to be free of toxicity and actually taking the steps to free yourself of that toxicity are two different things. And unless you're taking the steps, it's not anyone's job or obligation to free you from whatever it is you feel you need to be freed from. That's something you need to do for yourself and achieve on your own. It sounds harsh, but I'm not going to coddle that type of mindset. That's not how I am. Never have been. Never have been. So let's see. Ten of Wands in reverse. Difficulties, intrigues, a traitor, deceiver. Some losses will occur. Woo. Difficulties, intrigues, a traitor, deceiver. Some losses will occur. Again, the same type of energy and message. Be honest with yourself and find out if this is you. If you have been deceiving yourself, if you have been betraying yourself in order to cater to someone else's preferences. That's a huge place of power to be able to finally look at yourself and be honest with what you're allowing, and the kind of power that you actually have to stop that kind of cycle, okay? Again, this is not about shaming people. This is about really encouraging you to look deep within yourself. Now, I don't know any of you. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what your characteristics are. I don't know what your triggers are or any of that. Or any of that. If this is resonating with you, it's because this is information that your soul has probably been trying to give you. But for one reason or another, it hasn't been received the way it was intended. So look within yourself, really question. And again, I want to really emphasize, this is not about encouraging you to shame yourself, to put yourself down. This is about seeking the truth. There's no need for shame. There really isn't, because there's no one perfect. All of us go through varying degrees of this process. And once you let go of the need to appear a certain way, that shame just goes away. I'm so far from perfect. If I'm going to be honest with myself and with you, I'm a fucking mess. And it's a beautiful, glorious mess, because even with my missteps, even when I stick my foot in my mouth, oh my God, the amount of growth that occurs from that. And I understand now, I don't grow like other people. I grow through very elevated levels of struggle and pain and just utter destruction. And that's okay. It's okay, because that's my process. That's me. And if people aren't okay with that, all I have to say is, why are you so focused on me when you got your own shit to discover and rearrange? Why would you take the opinions, the words of someone else who hasn't put the time into themselves? Why would you put value in that? That's like listening to me about brain surgery. I don't know how to be a brain surgeon. You poke right over there and then you'll kill someone. If you listen to me about brain surgery, cardiothoracic surgery, other things that I know nothing about, that's just ridiculous. I gotta laugh about that, because why the hell would you listen to me? I don't know. That's hilarious. Hold on. That just cracked me up. I don't know why. 7 of Cups. Fantasy, imagination, daydreams, foolish whims, wishful thinking, illusionary success. Damn. Yo, our souls are calling our asses out. Because you know what? All of these messages apply to me too. Avoidance. Amen. That's what it is. Sometimes when you've spent so much time avoiding, and so much avoidance has caused distortions in the way you interpret the messages from soul. Soul needs to get a little bit vicious. Not vicious, but very raw in its honesty. Okay? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Impatience, uneasiness, imprudent actions, loss of money, which is also loss of energy, unwise investment. Ooh, are you investing more of your time and effort on other people because you witness their potentiality? And instead of working on connecting with your own potentiality, you're working on helping someone else reach a potentiality they're not willing to reach. Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. Unwise investments. When you pay attention to something, when you pay attention to someone, you're paying in energy. You are investing your time and energy into that circumstance, into that individual. Please make sure you're not being overcharged. Please make sure you're not overpaying. I mean, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't pay the cost of a Tesla, brand new Tesla, for the cost of a car in a junkyard about to be squished. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't agree to that. So don't agree to that for your day-to-day life, for your day-to-day, mundane, day-to-day interactions with other people. You have every right to really dictate to yourself what you're willing and not willing to pay for. Okay. So okay, we have the Devil card. Subordination, ravage, bondage, malevolence, subservience, downfall, weird experience, bad outside influence or advice, black magic, unexpected failure. Whew. Don't be guilty, Mary. You're experiencing what you need to experience to help amplify the lessons you need to learn. There's no guilt in that. None. So, oof. The Devil card. It's like, okay, let's get very like, you're here watching this video for a reason. I don't know what that reason is. You're here to hear something, to see something, to experience something. That experience is probably going to come in the form of triggering, either triggering some sort of aha type of moment, or 65% at 443. 6 plus 5 is 11. 4 plus 4 plus 3 is 11. 11, 11. 92 watchers. 40 thumbs. Even the numbers are speaking to you. 11, 11. Divinity guiding you on to the first portion of your divine journey. You are here to receive some sort of guidance from your soul. It doesn't matter the words that I speak. You are going to hear them the way in which your soul needs you to hear them. That's just it. That's it. And now you're going to have to decide what you're going to do with that triggering, with that moment of realization. Whew. Don't allow yourself to be so caught up with your loyalty to the toxicity that you have been living thus far. Be honest. You don't have to say it in the comments. Every single last one of us lives with some form of toxicity in our personal, private lives. Be honest. Why ever would you need other people to think that you have no toxicity because you're just perfect? And let's be honest. I have toxicity within myself. We all do. And it's okay. It's a part of our learning. It's a part of our process of shedding. The realization of the toxicity within gives us something to understand and shed. It's a part of your process. It really is. Okay. The world in the palm of your hands, new opportunities. Your world is in the palm of your hands. I don't think I have the messages you are looking for. So, the world is in the palm of your hands. It's time for you to begin really taking ownership of how you mold that world, okay? How you mold that existence. I'm sorry, I wasn't talking to everyone when I said I don't think I have the messages you're looking for. I was addressing a specific individual. But the world, your creation, is basically like clay. You are your own spark of God, okay? Just like God formed this creation out of clay, that's what it says in the Bible. You get to form your own existence. You get to do that based on the decisions you make, your lack of decisions, your action, your lack of actions, your connections, your disconnections, all of that. It helps to form who you are. And there's no right or wrong thing for you. There's just a thing. And that thing is called a life. And that life is a part of a spiritual journey. Opportunity to experience self-realization, self-actualization, self-love, self-acceptance, self-healing. Notice how all of that starts with a self. It all starts with you, what you decide for yourself, how you allow yourself to continue either with your healing portion or with, cycles of toxicity. Not all of us are ready to exit cycles of toxicity. This is not about trying to force you to be a different person right here, right now. This is about you realizing you are already in the process of becoming a different person. Not because the person that you are right now is not good enough or is bad or any of that. It's because you deserve growth. You are worthy of consciousness expansion. And each time your consciousness expands, even just a little bit, you become a new, different version of who you are. And every single version you have been, are, and will be in this life and in every life before and after this one is perfect. It's perfect. You don't have to be like anyone else. You really don't. You are who you are. You'll grow in your own time into whoever you're meant to be. I'm not going to try and change that, but I will assist in whatever way my soul asks me to assist. And that's by just sharing these truths, not allowing myself to be distracted by other people's inability to process what I'm talking about right now. It's okay if you don't get what I'm saying. It's okay if you are triggered and too pissed off to really understand what it is I'm sharing. That's your process, and I honor it. Honor your process yourself as well. If me, as someone outside of you, can honor your process, can be patient with you, there's no way you can convince me that you're incapable of honoring your own process, respecting your own time and needs. Maybe it's just a matter of you allowing yourself to shed that programming from childhood, from adolescent, from adulthood, from family, from religion, from society, from all kind of different things. I'm just as programmed as you. I have to do just as much shedding as you. And there's no shame in our process. It's a process we experience together as well as individually. I'm just as messy as you, just as confused, just as lost feeling. I'm not ashamed. Why should you be? Isn't that beautiful? I'm not ashamed. Why the hell are you ashamed? We all messy. Some are just better at hiding it than others. And I've finally gotten to a point where the juice is not worth the squeeze when it comes to hiding aspects of myself, because eventually it comes out anyways. So let me just be efficient and be as real and raw as I am inside. Take it or leave it. That's kind of where you need to be at this point, right? Take it or leave it. I am who I am. I'm still growing. I still have opportunity to expand my consciousness, to better understand myself and the world I live in. You know, love yourself the way you're capable of loving other people. You deserve it. You really, really do. So you guys, thumbs up for the video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. And just take the rest of the day to sort through your mess. It's like, I remember when I was a kid and I would let my room get really messy, and then my parents would find out, and then they would tell me to clean it, and they'd be pissed off. And as I clean it, I find all these little treasures. Like, oh my God. By the time I'm done cleaning my room, I have a mask on, I have bunny ears, I have my freaking costume from Halloween, I found my purse, I found some money. It's just goodness. Yeah, all of that goodness hidden in my chaos. Same thing goes for your spiritual journey. A lot of beautiful things hidden in that pile of chaos. Start dumpster diving. All right, guys, I gotta go. Bye.